Hey everyone, my name is Robin Graves, and this is the world according to Graves. Let's try this again. Still haven't quite got the hang of how to get rid of certain things. So the previous one, ignore. We're doing this again. Mike, Bohemian Rhapsody, amazing movie. I loved it. Wow, it was amazing. Um, got something to say I've been wanting to say for a little while, and I was reminded about it by Kevin Miller a while back. Um, I don't know how to put this, but I'm going to probably just plain straight out there. Um, well, the last Democrat in Virginia, please turn out the light. Okay, we got one that wanted to play Michael Jackson with blackface. We all know Michael Jackson wasn't black before it was over with. And the guy that they're going to have replacing lieutenant governor is caught up with a Me Too scandal. They're running out of Democrats there. Pretty soon, they're going to come up to the guy who does the cleaning at the end of the day and say, "Hey, you want a job running a state?" I'm really thinking this is really funny, Virginia. They're going. I guarantee you are not going to be going Democrat anymore. It seems that they keep getting sexist and racist people in office there. But we'll get that. This is something I'm keeping an eye on, among a lot of other things. Um, I had a lot of run-ins with liberals on social media, threatening to kill me, calling me Hitler, a racist, but they won't explain why they're calling me this, other than the fact they disagree with me. You know, it's true. You just can't argue. With a leftist. Uh, all of the evidence on the planet won't do any good. They just want to shout louder. They don't come up with any real evidence for anything. They just believe if they yell louder than you, they're righter than you. Um, they're bad at debating because they never really have to do it. They've never debated anybody. The only people they talk to are other liberals that want to stroke their emotions. And I don't know what else they want to stroke. I'm into women myself. But I mean, it's I'm good at arguing with people. I'm good at pointing out things. And I want to be doing that today. I'm not one of these people that crumbles because somebody calls me a dirty name. If you guys see some of the messages I get on social media, some emails on WATG, dot wherever I'm at, I'm about to close that email because it has gotten ridiculously stupid. Some of the things that I'm getting. Um, I had this one liberal sit there calling me Hitler and how I need to be erased from history, and all racists like me need to be erased. And he can't wait for guns to be confiscated so he can come in my house and beat me to death with a hammer. I don't think he knows how to spell hammer. In fact, I don't think he knows where my house is. I'm sure not going to tell anybody. I don't want to wake up one morning and have a bunch of crazed villagers with pitchforks and torches in my front yard. So please forgive me if I don't give you my address and what we're at in Atlanta. I live in. Let me get my notes straight here, which is kind of a curse for me. I today had to change my format. What I was going to do today at the last moment. I found some information that I just couldn't turn away. Um, I don't know how long today's going to be. I really don't care. I've got something coming up from a friend of mine, though. This may be quite a bit, that one would be quite a bit longer if today is kind of short. It's being sent through snail mail in a package. It'll be here for next week. Anyway, um, I got, oh, Jesus. Let me count here. Let me take a look here. Uh, 13 questions I want to ask liberals. 13. And we're going to go through every one of these. And I would like some answers from viewers. Be sure to hit like and subscribe and everything when you can. Oh, and by the way, for the fans on fascist, excuse me, Facebook, this all the previous this and all the previous recordings are going to be put onto Facebook. All the ones that I've done since I've been on my current ban. I'm pretty sure they'll put me into another ban, believe me. I'll be back on next Thursday. So pool starts now. How long am I going to be on Facebook before I'm banned again? Last time was Kevin Miller was the winner. He said I'd be banned before Valentine's Day. Buddy, you're right. Damn, you're psychic. I'm wondering how you can do that. You know, the fact that they're using things that I posted 6 goddamn years ago, or what they're using. You know, that's what they're using for a reason to ban me. Excuse my hair. Damp outside. I'm having a bad hair day. Okay, guys, here we go. 13 questions to liberals. Okay. Number one, I need answers to these people, so please. Just like I asked you for the 1,000 lies that Trump told, nobody ever said anything. You run holding your head, saying you can't process or some other BS reason. Please answer these questions for me. Number one, if you're all for non-European, non-white immigration, why do you live in all white or majority white neighborhoods? Why? I know you guys are going to say, well, this town has a lot of city has a lot of diversity in it. Then why aren't you living amongst it? Why aren't you living down at that refugee camp down the street? Down at the bottom of the hill there, instead of up here in Whiteyville. Answer me that one. I'm going to mark that one off so I don't read it again. It's always, well, we need diversity. We need all these non-white people here because we all know the whites are racist and white supremacists. But I want to live amongst them in my gated community. Okay. Whatever. Number two. What percentage of America can be white? What point is it acceptable to be white in a white country? Please tell me. Is it 60, 50, 30%, 2%? What percentage is it okay to have a white population? And what percentage? I've always heard we need more diversity. And it seems that that's all there is anymore. No white Europeans are coming to this country. It's not allowed. It's always Middle Easterners or people from South American countries. Let's bring them in. Let's bring them in and put them in, and bring their culture in and put them in neighborhoods and drive Europeans or people of European descent out of these neighborhoods. Now, I'm not saying this to be racist about anything. I'm saying this to be realistic. If you look, that's happening. Believe me, I see it every day. Number three. At what point is it okay to have border and immigration laws? This is a big one. They're all telling me, liberals are all telling me, well, they have a right to be here. They have a right. What rights? What right is there to be here? Rights are laws. Okay, we are a country of laws. We are a civilized country. And civilized countries are governed by laws and rights. Rights are what are afforded to us by our government. They are written pretty much in stone. What right is there that we have to take everybody in? What right do they have to come here? We're going to get into that in a minute too. That's another question I want to ask. We've sat down and discussed this before, but I'm trying to get in more detail. I want answers. It seems that anytime a liberal is arguing with me about something, they always bring up their right. They're right for this. They're right for that. They're right for the other. You have no rights if you're arguing with a liberal, according to a liberal. You have no right to argue with them. You have no right to disagree with them. You have no right to present empirical evidence to prove them wrong. It's gotten to the point where it's gotten stupid. It's like talking to a frigging 5-year-old spoiled brat. Go to Facebook. Go to Facebook and discuss anything anti-liberal. Believe me, you'll have every liberal in the world coming and screaming at you, threatening you. I get death threats from liberals. These supposed to be enlightened people of peace, and I'm being they're threatening my life because I disagree with them and I ask questions. So Yeah. At what point is it okay to have border security and and immigration laws? You can't just have everybody just crawling into this country just because they have the right to be here. They got a right to come here if they do it legally. And then I question that sometimes. So number four. At what percentage of the population do whites have to be before it's morally acceptable for them to be proud of their heritage and ancestors? I see black pride, gay pride, this pride, that pride, but no white pride. You can't be proud to be white, proud of being white. Gee, I'm sorry I'm white, people. I fully apologize that I'm white, and I look for acceptance in my home country, which is a white dominated country. It's always racist to say you're white. If you're white, you're automatically oppressing somebody because of your skin color. I automatically owe reparations because of my skin color, even though none of my family come to America to the early 1900s, except for the one part of my ancestry who were Apache Indian. And they were victims of attempted genocide. Do I see them getting reparations? They were thrown off their lands and people tried to kill off the entire nation. What reparations do they get? You want to talk about reparations for black people? I think these reparations have been paid. You want to sit here and talk about America, how racist America was with slavery? I want you to go and research the sugar plantations in the 1800s in Brazil. Excuse me. Brazil had many, many times more slaves than America did. Slavery of any kind is horrible, of any kind. But don't sit here and point fingers at me. I didn't cause it. There are no slaves alive today. There are no slave owners alive today. Quit pointing fingers at me because of my skin color. It's kind of supremacist of you to do so. Honestly, I think it's time that I ask another question here. Make it 4.5. When is it acceptable for white people to have unions, lobbyists, exclusive colleges, exclusive media, and stuff like everybody else has? We have to be all inclusive. Well, every other race could be exclusive. We have the Black Caucus, who we won't get into them yet because that's a show unto itself. We don't have a white caucus. We have BET, Black Entertainment Television. Do we have white entertainment television? Well, in the 80s, I think we might have had MTV, kind of. And then we were thrown off that. Everything has to be all-inclusive when it comes to Caucasians. We can have nothing that's exclusive. And if we do, we're called the KKK and neo-Nazis. All these people, I'm going to go off subject here a minute. All these races that want to sit there and talk about black pride, this pride, that pride, the other pride. I don't believe you should be proud of an accident of birth. Let's be proud of our accomplishments and not the color of our skin or where we're from. We here in America believe in equality. I don't see much of it anymore. I haven't seen much of it in a long time. But let's be proud of what we have accomplished, what we've done with our lives, how we've benefited humankind, what we've contributed to humankind before we start being proud of what color we are. I just wanted to throw that in. I just want you guys to think about that for a moment, okay? Just saying. All right, on we go. This is going to be good. 5. We're off of 4.5. Now we're in the actual number 5. When is it okay for me to say it's okay to be a proud, straight, white male? I am told that me saying that is insulting to people. Why is it insulting? You can sit there and say how you're proud to be this, you're proud to be that, you're proud to be from Pakistan, you're proud to be from Colombia, Guatemala, Mexico. Why can't I say I'm proud to be from America and be white? Why, we got this gay pride. I'm gay and I'm proud. I'm straight and I'm proud. Why is that an insult to you? Please tell me, why is that insulting? Why is it insulting that I fly an American flag on my house? In America, I'm paying for my property. I own my property. Why can't I do what I want to on my property? I have no HOA. I made no agreement with anybody. I serve this country. Why can't I be proud of the fact I serve this country? I'd like to know when it's okay for me to say I'm proud to be a white, straight male. Jesus, people. Okay. What is so wrong with European women who want to have white children who look like them? What is wrong with that? What is wrong with not wanting to have a mixed race child? What is wrong with preserving your heritage? I see black families out there all over the place having all black children, Mexican families having all Mexican children, Middle Eastern families having all Middle Eastern children. Why can't I, as a white person, marry a white woman of European descent who wants to have white children? Why? What is wrong with that? I'd like to know why. Nobody will ever answer that. I know they won't. You're going to turn around and go tell me how racist I am and how I'm a Nazi and I'm despicable and all this, but you won't answer the question. Nobody will answer these. I guarantee it. Okay, mark this one off. I just want, instead of somebody saying, some liberal saying, "Oh, that's a cute mixed race baby," instead of saying, "Oh, that's a cute European baby." What's wrong with, that's pretty racist of you guys to do that, to make sure that instead of, "Oh, that's a cute baby," you have to throw in that's mixed race. Like, that's a major accomplishment. Let me ask you a question. Did the two people get together? Yes. Did they have sex? Yes. This says the reason they had a baby. So why is it that if you're a mixed race, you have a mixed race baby, you achieved something? That you caused something great in the world? You make me mad. You make me wonder why the big rock hasn't even hit the planet yet. And yes, people, I am ranting. Number 7, how many non-European people need to be in this country before it's okay to say that's enough? This is a really touchy thing for me. Why is it we're not letting Europeans immigrate here? It's harder for a European to immigrate to the United States than it is for a non-European. Believe me. You talk about how hard it is to become, how hard the immigration process is here for this country. Research the one from Mexico. It's a lot harder. How about the one for Canada, where you have to have a job waiting for you, a sponsor, and $250,000 in the bank to immigrate to Canada and become a citizen? It's Japan. You might as well just write that off. That ain't going to happen. You're not going to become a citizen in Japan. So before you talk about how hard it is to become a citizen here in America legally, look at other countries. Now, I don't want to hear this BS that we have to hold ourselves at a higher standard and make it easier. No, we don't. We have laws. Those laws are put in place for a reason. If you don't like the laws, change them. I don't see you doing that. Legal. Honestly, you want to mix legal and illegal immigration from non-European countries into this nation every year, and this, you could Google this and find out for yourself. It's 1 to 1.7 million non-European people coming to this country every year. People, that's 1/3 to 1/2 of the population of Atlanta, Georgia. That's a lot of people, man. That is an awful lot of people. Jesus. Here we go. You liberals are so concerned about the environment. You're telling me that I gotta that we need to switch to hybrids and electric cars. What's her face? Alexandria Hernandez Martinez Ocasio, Saint Martin, whatever her name is, wants everything to go green. She's we're going to talk about this later too about her. I got something to mention about her. About everything to go green. We got to worry about the environment. The world's going to end in 12 years if we don't. We got global warming and climate change, and we got this, that, and the other. And this is not sustainable. We're not doing things that are sustainable. All right, folks. This goes to number 8 here. Why do you ignore the consequences? Consequences of mass migration. I'm told about carbon footprints all the time. So let's bring in those 1 to 1.7 million people into this country every goddamn year. They all get cars, or even half of them get cars. The other half use public transit. That's a monster carbon footprint here. It's causing all kinds of problems with our with our ecosystem. That's causing climate change, and we're all gonna die. Yeah, let's sit here and talk about this a minute. All right. No, all I hear from them is that we here in America, we waste so much. We use so much and waste so much. So yeah, let's bring everybody here from third world nation, third world countries, to use and waste just as much as we Americans do. So yeah, you're not taking the consequences of the ecology into consideration. As much as you talk about how you're ecological, we got to worry about the ecology. We got to worry about trees. We got to worry about global warming. We got to worry about the air is turning toxic, and you want to bring them all here and cause it to go faster. Why? Why do you do that? Please tell me. I don't think you will. None of you will answer any of these questions. So let's go on, shall we? Let's see. Where am I? That was number 8. Let's take a look here. Well, holy crap. I skipped number 9, but I'm still going to be doing some things here. Yep, that's my mistake. That's what I get for having people help me out with these things. I had some help here today. I actually want to change the name of the show to Gay Cops on Acid. Just to get attention. That's the kind of help I... Question here. Here's a question. According to refugee law, refugees have to go to the country close to them. Why don't they? We had the caravans from Guatemala talking about they're wanting to get away from the violence and the gangs of their country. They come through Mexico. They were offered asylum in Mexico. They turned it down except for 2 of them. 2 of them stayed. The rest wanted to come here to America. Then when they got to our border, they found a fence. And they acted like they were insulted. No, you guys want to talk about, well, the refugees have a right to be here in this country. Well, no, they don't. No, they don't. They have no right to be anywhere but their own country. But if they're refugee status, by law, refugee law, which is done by the UN, which is pro-liberal, they have to go to the nearest country. I want to know, why is it Israel and the rich Gulf countries taking any of them in? Why is it, why aren't they offering to help them? So they don't want them. They know that America will take them and we'll suffer for it. They don't want these people. So they send them here. They have no right to be here. There is no rights anywhere saying that anybody but natural-born citizens can be in this country. Look it up, folks. Look it up. Okay. How about those refugees? We're going to get into this. This is going to be really fun. Do you know how many are fleeing from catastrophic conditions and not just their own poverty? Yeah. How many? How many are fleeing just because of their own poverty and not the so-called violence from gang activity they claim? If their countries are so great, why are they leaving them? They come here and try to turn this country into the country they left. It's it's insulting to the American people. I mean, liberals will say, "Let them flee poverty. We have we have to let them come in and have a chance for a better life and become doctors and lawyers and scientists." Are you people saying that they can't make it without white people? Is that what you're saying? Because that sure sounds like it. It sounds like they have to come here to a country of white people to make something of themselves. That they're not able to do it in their own country because we're not there. We can't do it for them. You know, there are plenty of opportunities in other countries, their home countries, to do something. There are Africans who never, people in African countries who never left those African countries. They're doctors, lawyers, and scientists. But you want to bring all of them here because they need our help. I guess that's pretty white supremacist of you people saying that they're lower than you are. Yeah. I mean, what's wrong with their people? What's wrong with their people? What's wrong with their countries? They're leaving to hide from their own poverty, to flee their own poverty, and come here. Oh, they won't make it unless we give them this, that, and the other. Yeah, white people giving things away to a lesser race, the way you're talking about it. That's really interesting. Here's one. You ought to help poor people. Well, why don't you help them in their own country? What's wrong with them staying in their own country? You helping them there? You know, you never go to help European nations though. When they need help. Why is that? Why is that? It's always every non-European country that you liberals are wanting to go help, but you won't help a European country. What's wrong with the European countries? What's wrong? Don't they have trouble too? I see them having a lot of trouble. There are a lot of European countries that aren't as developed as other European countries, aren't as nearly even as developed as we are. But you don't want to help them. People make me sick. I have one last question, and I want to do some things here. Before I get to this question, I'm going to make some references here. Nancy Pelosi said that a border wall is immoral. Her fans will agree with her. Ocasio-Cortez Martinez Hernandez, whatever her name is, she says all companies are immoral. That the whole thing with Amazon and her home state of New York was immoral. That's why she was against it. She helped make them leave. This is a woman who sat there and screamed and yelled because, well, Amazon left and they're still getting the tax incentive from our state. No, they're going to get the tax incentive if they stayed. Yeah, this woman is really great at civics. Yeah, I guess they don't teach it in America anymore. I don't know. I've been out of school since 1985. Yeah, she cost the state of New York, oh my God, billions of dollars in revenue. We're talking tax revenue. Martina Alexander, Sandy, I got something to say to you, babe. You're Democrat. You're not supposed to lower tax income for the state. Do you understand that? Yes. Here, yeah, let me knock on your head and tell you. You're a Democrat. You're not supposed to lower taxes. Yeah, she screwed up so bad that her own party is against her now. They're turning against her. There's still some, the so-called socialists, that are staying with her because, well, they're slap not stupid anyway. But she, everybody's saying how everything is immoral. The border crisis we had with Mexico. Reagan said it was a border crisis. Bush said it was a border crisis. Clinton said it was a border crisis. Bush Jr. said it was a border crisis. Obama said it was a border crisis. Now that Trump says it, no, he's just immoral. It's an invented crisis that he did so he could have his way. It's immoral to have a border wall. I have a question for all you liberals out there that want to agree with all of this shit. Um, who died and made you the morality police? Judging for your self-righteous high horse dictating what's right and what's wrong. Who decided you could do that? Wait a minute. I'm going to do you a favor here. We'll do all of you a favor, all you liberals here. I'm going to answer this one for you. The answer is no one. You have zero moral authority. Just because you think something is immoral, just to push against a sitting president doesn't make what you think is immoral. What is immoral are people lying for their own agenda. Now you're going to say, well, Trump lies for his own agenda. Where? Tell me where he lied. Please tell me. And I am not going to accept this. Would you Google it yourself? I'm not doing your homework. I'm asking you a flat out question. Convince me he lied 1,000 times. Convince me he's lying right now. Convince me he's a criminal. Please convince me, because the moment you do, I will burn myself to death holding his feet to the fire. I don't like politicians. I don't like politicians on either side. I have a natural dislike of politicians because every politician is a liar. And then you say, well, all politicians lie. I don't know what's sadder. The fact that all politicians lie, or all of you people let it happen. Geez, this guy's going to lie. He's lying his ass off while running for office. And you're like, well, he's a Democrat or he's a Republican just like I am, so I'm going to vote for him. Quit letting a political party define who and what you are. Stand up. Stand for something you believe in, or no one's going to believe in you. Every politician so far that has made it very far is a lawyer. Well, let me put it this way. A majority of them are lawyers. Oh, Sandy? Lawyers and attorneys are the same thing. Dummy. Lawyers have a moral void. They're taught to have a moral void where they win no matter who loses or how they lose, as long as they win. Cat alert. That's my little scrud. She's cool as hell. So, you want to vote for an attorney. You're voting for a lifetime politician. They're not good at much else but lying and winning due to their moral void. You know what a moral void is? That's why they take their morals and put them over here on a bench someplace and forget they exist. Politicians who have legal backgrounds have no morals. That's who's really immoral. Not a border wall, not questions, not stopping immigration in this country so we can fix our own problems. I believe this country has a lot of problems that need to be fixed. So, look, guys, that's it for me for today. 30. Wow. We went a few minutes over here. I'm hoping some of you guys that will start thinking on your own instead of repeating and regurgitating the same BS that somebody who has an agenda tells you to think. See, that's why politicians and the left and the right argue with me. I was told I was a patriot by people on the right because I talk about the elephant in the room. I'm no patriot because I'm not right wing. I'm not left wing. I don't believe in Democrat or Republicans. I don't trust either one. It doesn't matter who's elected, what party's in power, what party's in Congress, what party a president is. If he's a politician, we've lost. John Lennon said back in the early 70s that America is so screwed up, it's going to take a businessman to fix us and not a politician. We got the businessman in office. Our economy's doing great. Lowest unemployment rates for blacks, Hispanics, whites, Asians in history. And you still hate him because some politician on the left tells you that he's the Antichrist and you don't think for yourself. Everybody, I've been told by my mother-in-law, who's a diehard yellow dog Democrat, Republicans are just in it for the money. They're all about the money. Show me one Democrat politician who's not rich. Show me one who's not wealthy. How does that happen? In Congress, they only make 180 something $1,000 a year. That's it. How are they wealthy? Tell me. They're all about the money too. But anyway, that's subject for another show. Hope you guys enjoy this. Please hit like and subscribe. Please leave a comment. Okay. So far, I think I got 7 followers. I'm really breaking some major records here. So, guys, take care of yourselves. Think for yourselves. And most of all, be good to one another. My name is Robin Graves. This is When the World According to Graves, or the train wreck I call WATG. You guys, I'll catch you next week. Goodbye.